everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we will take a look at the Peavey Invective Mini Head. So this is the smaller version of the Peavey Invective 120, which was made in collaboration with Misha Mansour. So let's take a look at the amp. This is a 20-watt tube amp. It has two channels, a clean channel and a lead channel. The clean channel has a gain control, which controls the overall volume, and a low and high control for the EQ section. That's it for the clean channel, so the lead channel has some more controls. So we have a pre-gain control which controls the overall gain of the lead channel. Then we have a 3-band EQ with low, mids and high, and a post-gain control which controls the overall volume of the lead channel. Then on the left we also have 4 buttons. On the top left we have the channel switch, so we can switch between clean and lead channel. On the top right we can activate the noise gate. Down below on the left we have a tight switch, and with that we can tame the lead channel, so we get a more controlled crunchy tone. And on the right we can activate a boost. And all these 4 buttons or functions are also foot switchable. Then when we go to the right of the front panel we have a master section with a resonance and a presence control. So resonance is for the overall low end and presence for the overall high end. Now let's also check the back side of the amp. First we have a built-in power attenuator, so we can switch from 20 watt down to 5 or 1 watt, which is a really great feature to have. So if you want to use this amp at home you can easily switch to 1 watt and still have a great tube sound. Then of course we have a speaker output. You can use 8 or 16 ohm cabinets. Then we have an headphone output and an XLR recording output, which has an analog speaker simulation built in, which we will also hear later in the video. Then we have a ground lift switch, an effects loop and 2 jacks for the foot switch. So the amp comes with this double foot switch, so you have to decide on which jack you plug it in. And depending on where you plugged in, you have different functions you can switch with that foot switch. All the way on the right we also have a microphone emulated USB audio recording output. So with that you can connect the amplifier via USB to your computer and use it for recording without using an actual audio interface. So as you can see, this amp has a lot of really useful features, but now we will check out the most important things, the tones. First I will show you the amp in the setup that I usually use. So that means I will connect the amp to the 2-notes Torpedo Captor X, and there I will use a Vintage 30 Dyne IR. I will show you the 2 channels and some different settings, and I will of course use some different pedals in the clean channel. Then I will also show you some sounds recorded with the XLR output and the built-in analog speaker simulation. And after that I will also show you some mic'd up tones with the matching 2x12 Invective cabinet. If you don't want to get lost in the demo, then make sure to use the timestamps down below so you can easily navigate and switch between the different sections. Alright, so that was the Peavey Invective Mini Head. And I have to say, it has become one of my favorite amps at the moment. I really love the lead channel if you engage the tight switch. So it's really my go-to high gain crunch tone. And if you then kick in the boost, like the built-in boost or some kind of pedal, you get that really amazing lead tone. And that's also the setup that I've used on the intro solo. So it's basically the lead channel with the tight switch and also the boost engaged. And it's just the perfect lead sound for me. The next thing that I really like is the noise gate. It's just a button and no controls, but it really don't need any controls because it simply works amazing in every situation I had so far. So it's an amazing feature to have on this amp and I really like it. Then we have the clean channel, which maybe is nothing special on its own, but I think it works so good with pedals. It makes the amp very versatile, so it's not just a high gain amp with the lead channel. So I think you can use the clean channel with different pedals and overdrives and stuff like that and get a big variety of tones. And that's basically how I like to use the amp. So the clean channel is for all the pedals and different overdrive flavors, and the lead channel is for everything else, so for everything like high gain crunch and all the lead tones. Then we have the emulated XLR output. I'm not really a big fan of analog speaker simulations. I mean, it sounds okay, but I would honestly never use it. It's good to have for like an emergency, so if you don't have any other option to record your amp or go directly into the PA if you play live, but it's a thing that I honestly would never use. The only thing that I think is a little bit annoying on this amp is that it don't has a master volume. So you always have to dial in the volumes of each channel if you make some changes. But that's really the only thing that I don't like on this amp. Besides that, it's an amazing amplifier. It is great for all the high gain stuff, but as I said before, it can be pretty versatile if you use the clean channel with some different pedals. So this is really an amp you can use for many different situations. You can use it for recording like I do, or for practicing at home, so you can use the built-in power attenuator. Or you can use it for rehearsals or playing live, because the 20 watts are more than loud enough. Alright, so now I want to know what you think about the Peavey Invective Mini Head. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to check out my video description, there you will find some different product links to the amplifier and also to the gear that I used in this video. And you will also find links to my guitar courses if you want to learn guitar from me, and also to my Patreon page where you get some more exclusive content and tabs and stuff like that. Also don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new here so that we can see each other in the next video.